Good day, everyone. Welcome back to our Techno Apps subject. Again, I'm your teacher, Shalome W. Pareja, for this subject. Today, we're going to talk about light switch. The control system is the brain of mechatronics. It gathers information from its inputs, where the sensors and switches, which interprets the information to control output devices in the form of motors or displays based on user-design program. One type of control system is the microcontroller. Microcontrollers are tiny self-contained computers but does not include any human interface device like keyboard or mouse. They are often called as computer on a chip. But unlike general purposes computer, a microcontroller is designed for control and measurement application. Another term for microcontroller is embedded chip because a microcontroller are often built into or embedded to a device they control. So some examples of microcontroller are uses input devices such as sensors, push button, switches, potentiometers, or keypad. They also uses output devices like radio link, 7-segment displays, indicators, engines, step motors, analog device and indicators, LCD and VCD displays, buzzers, and speakers. Microcontroller also have EEPROM memories and computer link. Any device that controls, measures, stores, calculates in digital form, chances are it has a microcontroller embedded inside. Consumer products that use microcontrollers include cell phone, camera, microphone, microwave oven, automobiles, video recorders, television remote, washing machine are just a few examples. Arduino Platform Board. Arduino is an open source prototyping platform that gives you the ability to design, develop, an interactive project. Projects like robots, clock, custom blinking lights, home automation, and digital display are just some of the examples of what you can do with the Arduino platform board. There are variety of Arduino microcontroller boards available in the market, but in this course, we will be focusing on Arduino Uno. This is the most popular board for students, hobbyists, artists, designers, and anyone interested in microcontrollers. It is designed to be simple and easy to use. Arduino Uno can be operated by anyone, from students, teachers, hobbyists to the expert. The Arduino Uno is based on an 80 Mega 328 microcontroller. It has a 14 digital input and output pins, often called as GPIO or General Purpose Input Output Pins, and 6 analog input pins. The clock speed is 16 MHz. The RAM is 2 KB and the flash memory used for storing program is at 32 KB. The Arduino Uno can be connected via universal serial port, battery, or an AC-DC adapter. Arduino Uno has the following part: the USB port, which provides power to your Arduino board and communication with your personal computer. The reset button restarts stored program in the memory. The RX and TX LEDs are the LED indicators for receiving and transmitting data to your computer. RX is for receiving, while TX is for transmitting. Digital pins are all labeled 0 to 13. These are all digital input and output pins, meaning they are only capable of outputting digital two states, either high and low, or sensing voltage of 5 volts. 6 of the pins are capable of doing pulse width modulation or PWM, while, while pin 13 has a built-in LED. This is for convenience and testing purposes only. Analog in, these are the input pins that detect voltages between 0 to 5 volts. They can have an output value of between 0 to 1023. Number 6 part of the Arduino Uno is the 80 mega microcontroller. The number 7 is the 5 volts and ground pins, which provides a 5 volt and ground. The number 8 part of Arduino Uno is the external power supply, which can be used to power the board with 7 to 12 volts power supply or a battery for standalone application without personal computer USB power. So these are the parts of the Arduino Uno. The Arduino IDE or Integrated Development Environment is simply a free software or an open source software developed by Arduino to program microcontroller. Unlike many other microcontrollers and microcontroller platforms, Arduino simplifies the process of working with microcontrollers by developing its own software. This is called the Arduino Integrated Development Environment or the IDE. A sketch is the name that Arduino uses for a program. It is the unit code that is uploaded and run on an Arduino board. The figure is the interface of the Arduino software. Verify. Before the sketch can be sent on the prototyping board, it needs to be converted into a set of instructions that the board understands. This process is called verifying. New sketch. It opens new windows to create a new sketch. Open. Opening existing sketch and also loads a sketch from a saved file on your computer. Save. It saves the changes on your sketch. Upload. This compiles and sends sketch to your board. Serial monitor. It is a monitor used for serial communication. Tab menu. It lets you create multiple sketch in IDE, usually used in advanced programming. Sketch editor. This is where you write or edit sketches. Text consoles. It shows the status of sketch after verifying. This is also where error message is displayed. Line number. Shows you what line number your cursor is on. You just write the program in the user interface and upload it to your Arduino board for implementation. The board will continue on implementing your program until you terminate it or override it by uploading a new code. The program can be saved as sketch file with the .ini file extension. Now we know about the IDE or the Integrated Development Environment of the Arduino. Now let's go to programming. The Arduino's IDE program are similar to the C language. Many C principles are used in programming the Arduino. So if you have no background in C programming language, you do not need to worry that much as the proficiency level required is just basic. Comment. Comments are just how you explain or inform people reading your sketch on what it does. It is a good practice to put comments on your sketches. in case you forgot how the sketch functions. For single line comments, just add two forward slashes and this line will be ignored by the compiler. For more than one line, use backslash asterisk as the start of the comment and end it with the asterisk backslash. Variables. Variables are used to label and store a piece of data. This provides a simple way to access, save, and change information. You can declare a variable in different part of the sketch depending on where do you want to use it, but it is often placed at the few first line. Names of the variable must be starting with a character and does not matter if it is in capital letter or small letter and not with an integer. There are many types of variable and some of the most common variables are the following. The first one is an int. It is a 16-bit integer. Storing integer means storing whole number. It can hold positive and negative numbers ranging from negative 32768 to positive 32767. Char, an 8-bit variable. Storing char means storing letters. It interprets a letter like A or I. Byte. It is an 8-bit variable representing a numbers between 0 to 255. Boolean. Also an 8-bit variable that can only hold the values high or low. Long, a 32-bit integer that allows the stores between the values negative 2,147, 83,648 to positive 2,147, 483,648. Float, also a 32-bit variable that is used in complicated math since it can store numbers with decimal places. Once the variable is initialized, you won't need to refer to it using int. Just use its name. Variables are used to store and label data as a piece of it provides a simple way to access, save, and change information. In the example, the first line is a special function that is a part of every sketch. All commands inside the setup function are executed once the program starts and after each power or reset the Arduino board. Inside this setup function is where you can set up pins whether it is an output or an input variable. You can also initialize libraries and set up function. So before that, let's define a function. A function text change to color orange if your IDE version is this version and below, and blue if you're using IDE version 1.6.3. When typed correctly, it is then followed by a bracket or a semicolon. The first line is also special function that is a part of every sketch and considered as the heart of most sketches. The loop function runs continuously after you have finished the setup. It allows you program to change, respond, and actively control the Arduino board. You need to include both functions in your sketch even if you don't need them for anything. Pin mode. It is used to configure a pin as either an input or an output. To use it, you must declare the number of the pin to configure or the name of the variable and the constant input or output. When configured as an input, a pin can detect the state of a sensor like push button. As an output, it can drive any light, sound, and actual outputs. Digital write. It is used to turn digital pins high or low or on or off. To set a pin, you simply state which pin you would like to change the output and what state will it be, either high or low. Delay. It causes the Arduino to wait or pause for a length of time. It must be in a millisecond before continuing on the next line. In the example, LED is delayed by 1000 milliseconds or 1 second. If you have any more questions or clarification regarding our topic for today, you may send an email to me or text me or call me on my mobile number. You can also send message on my Facebook account and on our MS Teams and Google Classroom. Again, this is your teacher Shalami W. Pareja, and always remember to stay safe and happy learning. Thank you very much.